Mr. Caruso, you have mentioned that many singers neglect the importance of clear diction, making it difficult for the audience to understand the lyrical content of their performances. Could you explain how to achieve clear diction in singing without compromising vocal quality? Additionally, how do you think one should balance the expression of lyrics with musical expressiveness, particularly in a way that allows the beauty of the lyrics to complement the music?
Answer 14. Of course, this is a crucial issue. In singing, clear diction is not only essential for the audience's understanding of the lyrics, but also directly impacts the projection and expressiveness of the music. Many singers mistakenly believe that achieving a rich sound requires sacrificing clarity in diction. In reality, truly excellent singing technique allows for a perfect balance between the two. First, the combination of proper resonance and diction. In singing, vowels serve as the carriers of sound, while consonants provide clarity. Many singers, in their pursuit of resonance, neglect the role of consonants, resulting in unclear articulation. The key is to maintain an open oral cavity while pronouncing consonants clearly, but not exaggeratedly. For example, in Italian, double consonants, such as the double D in raddoppiare, must be articulated precisely and elastically without disrupting the fluidity of the sound. Second, proper use of breath support. Without stable breath support, diction can become either stiff or unclear. Singers must control their breath while making consonants crisp and energetic, ensuring that vowels resonate fully. For example, when performing a lyrical aria like Una furtiva lagrima, one must use soft yet well-supported breath, making each syllable distinct while maintaining the smoothness of the melody. Third, the combination of linguistic rhythm and melody. Every language has its own rhythm and cadence. Singers should fully understand the natural prosody of the lyrics, rather than forcibly altering it to fit the melody. For instance, Italian is known for its open vowels and fluid continuity, requiring singers to ensure a natural vocal flow, whereas German emphasizes the strength of consonants, demanding more precise articulation. As for balancing the expression of lyrics with musical performance, the key is to integrate the beauty of the lyrics into the melody rather than separating them. Lyrics are not just carriers of information, they are an integral part of musical expression. For example, in Verdi's operas, the composer often uses melody to emphasize the emotional color of certain words. Singers must understand these musical choices rather than relying solely on clear pronunciation to highlight the lyrics. Ideally, when the audience listens to a performance, they should not feel that the pronunciation of the lyrics is deliberately emphasized, but rather that the lyrics naturally blend into the melody. Achieving this level of artistry requires singers to have a strong command of language and find the appropriate means of expression within the music, ultimately creating a harmonious unity between lyrics and melody. It is unfortunate that many singers overlook the importance of clear diction. Audiences often struggle to understand which language is being sung on stage, relying only on a general understanding of the plot. Some people are fluent in the language used in the opera, yet they still only comprehend a small portion of the lyrics. Many singers focus all their attention on producing a beautiful sound while neglecting the lyrics, even though the beauty of the lyrics is sometimes no less significant than the music itself. Some believe that clear diction compromises vocal quality, but if articulation is natural and correct, it will not have any negative impact. Clear diction never harms the voice. On the contrary, it makes the sound more perfect, more focused, and smoother. Of course, clear diction can never replace vocal quality, but it should serve as a complement to it.
Mr. Caruso, you have mentioned that singers should be familiar with multiple languages, especially Italian, as its unique combination of vowels and consonants has a profound effect on vocal beauty. Could you share how learning and mastering multiple languages, particularly Italian, specifically helps enhance a singer's expressiveness in vocal training? Additionally, what are your thoughts on the unique contribution of the Italian language to vocal technique in modern opera?
Caruso, answer 15. I recommend that all singers become familiar with several languages because, in our time, mastering these skills is essential to meet the demands placed on excellent singers in modern opera. Italian, in particular, with its rich combination of vowels and various sounds, enhances the beauty of the voice in singing. For this reason, the Italian language fully deserves to be called the language of singers.
Mr. Caruso, you have mentioned the importance of staying silent on the day of a performance, avoiding excessive talking, maintaining vocal flexibility, and conserving energy to protect a singer's voice. Could you share more techniques on how to keep the voice vibrant and stable before a performance? Additionally, you have mentioned that unplanned singing can lead to excessive vocal fatigue. In your opinion, how should singers structure their practice sessions to avoid this issue and enhance their performance quality?
On the day of an opera performance, it is best to remain quiet and avoid receiving visitors to prevent the vocal cords from becoming fatigued due to conversation. A well-acquainted opera singer I know always spent performance days decorating hats, believing that this activity kept her occupied and distracted from thinking about the performance. Of course, it is not always necessary to rehearse one's role on the day of the performance. However, singing a few technical exercises in the morning is highly beneficial for maintaining vocal flexibility. Italian singers always adhere to this rule. If a performer wishes to express more to the audience, not only through their voice but also through their artistry, they must use their energy sparingly. A singer who performs without a plan may, if fortunate, sing well at the beginning, but as the performance progresses, they will deteriorate, and by the end, they may no longer be singing but shouting instead. Such a singer is like a person who cannot swim and falls into deep water. Rather than mastering their voice, they become controlled by it. At that point, struggling against difficulties is futile. The current will carry them away, and they will ultimately drown.
Mr. Caruso, you have mentioned that students damage their voices due to excessive enthusiasm, relying too much on shouting while neglecting their teacher's guidance. In your opinion, how can singers maintain their passion while avoiding excessive vocal intensity? During the learning process, how can they recognize and prevent themselves from going down this misguided path of shouting?
Some overly enthusiastic students often ruin their own vocal development. Because they have strong voices, they try to sing at full force, ignoring their teacher's warnings to be careful. They become intoxicated by the loud sounds they can produce. Such individuals will never become true singers, no matter how great their potential. Teachers should refuse to instruct these students, just as they would refuse to teach hopeless cases, and instead focus their efforts on those who are serious about learning. A vocal teacher should be treated as an authority, and their instructions must be followed strictly. If a student cannot treat their teacher with the proper respect, they would be better off finding another instructor. I recommend that before performing in a major city, singers first gain experience by performing in smaller theaters where they can accumulate valuable stage experience. First, one must ensure that their vocal placement is correct. Only after confirming this can they begin a professional singing career. Furthermore, in the early stages of performing, they should by no means attempt roles that exceed their vocal capabilities. Finally, one last piece of advice. Regularly attending opera performances and studying the singing techniques and stage presence of outstanding singers is one of the best ways to learn. This can be even clearer and more beneficial than a teacher's explanations. However, the goal is not to imitate, but to analyze how these singers make the most effective use of their natural talents. That is the best way to learn.